Okay, this tutorial is going to be how to embed videos into your articles. This week we're going to be talking about editors, and we're also going to be talking about how to put creative content into your articles, right? So how to make things look the way you want them in your articles, and also how to use a better editor. Right now, if you go to Site, Global Configuration, I'm in my test site here, backend. You'll see that my editor is the default WYSIWYG editor, editor TinyMCE, right? And what that means is that this editor, TinyMCE, by the way, this editor is a plugin, okay? It's a plugin, so I'll show you something about it. If I go to Extensions, Plugins, right, and I scroll down, you'll see that there is an editor TinyMCE. It's enabled. There is no editor, which is also enabled, and then there's an editor that comes with Joomla called Xstandard Lite 2.0, but it's disabled by default. So 3 choices here of editors by default when you first start using Joomla. All right, and if you go to Content Article Manager, right, and you create an article, like let's say blog 1, right, which was already there. I'm just going to click on it. This is the TinyMCE editor. These tools right here. This is your WYSIWYG editor right there. Okay, and then you have some other tools built into Joomla down here for inserting images, page breaks, read more links, etc. We'll be talking about how to use those in the future too, and also I encourage you to play with it to learn it. So, but for this lesson, I wanted to talk about how I embed videos into my pages. You've noticed that if you go to danscourses.com and you go to the class on content management systems, that I have videos embedded into my pages. So you go here, there's my the week 6 for content management systems, and I've embedded a YouTube video into my article. Well, I wanted to show you guys how to do that on your test site or on your site that you're making now for yourself. Okay, so first thing to do is talk about YouTube. I've got a YouTube account, right? I've logged in, and now I'm going to click on my video. So this is my latest video that I've made, right? And come on, take me to page about the video. Waiting, waiting, waiting. All right, here we go. I'll pause that. I've got sound off, so that's good. All right, we'll just pause that for now. And over here on the side, you'll see that it has the URL to make a link to your video. It also has the embed tag, right? The object embed tag, if you wanted to embed this onto your page. And that's how, this is the tag that I use to embed. Now, here's this cool customize tool where you can customize the look of the player that you're embedding in, and also you can set the size. So I've been setting the size to 640 by 405, but this time I'll set it to, let's say, 480 by 385 or 425 by 344. So I click here, changes the size for me. Now I can click and drag, and this is important. Make sure you drag the whole thing. See how I'm dragging over? I want to drag the whole thing, right? And then Control C to copy on my keyboard, right? Control C to copy. And now I can go to my article, here it is, and I can embed my article into, I can embed the video into the article. Now here's the problem. If I try to embed it here, that's not going to work. If I open up my HTML button and look at my source code, this is the HTML source code, and I paste it here, that's not going to work. So the way you have to do it with the default, it just, trust me, it won't work. So the way you have to do it with the default Joomla setup is close your article, go to Site, Global Configuration, and then change from Editor TinyMCE and momentarily change it to No Editor. So now I go to No Editor and I hit Save, right? Now I go back to my articles, go back to my article that I want to embed the video in. All right, and now I have no editor, and what I can do is, see, there's no tools there. When I mean there's no editor, there's no tools here to choose the font. I can now paste my object embed tag, right right there. I just paste it in and hit save. Alright, and now go to the front end of my site and hit refresh. And then look at the blog area where I had the video and see that the video has now embedded in that article, right? And that's the way to do it with the default installation of Joomla if you're just using the Tiny MCE editor, right? Is that you turn off the editor, and then you can paste your video. Now what I'll do is I go back to my global configuration and I turn the editor back on so I can continue working on other articles, and I need, most of the time I need the editor. Now the better way to do this, and the way I do it on my website danscourses.com, is I've installed a better editor through Joomla extensions. I found a better editor, and I recommend installing a better editor in your system as well. The one very good one that you can buy is called WYSIWYG Pro, and then another one that's free that you can download is the JCE editor, and that's really good. And I'll show you how to install it and use it in the next video.